am constantly amazed at what goes into raising these trees. Put them in the dirt and watch them grow? I don't think so. It really is a complicated process that's carefully choreographed to maximize yield and minimize resource degradation. This means using the cutting-edge scientific methods of field preparation. After a field has been harvested, one of those faithful holiday tractors pulls a heavy-duty contraption called a stump grinder through the fields to, yep, you got it, grind the stumps. This is one process that we can't actually see, because once the shield is down, it's like a giant rototiller, pulverizing stumps, limbs, and even rocks sometimes. The results are academic. The soil is converted into a much more viable mulch. Well, I guess you could call it ground. Maybe not. But you know what Hal said? What do you call a cow leaning against a fence? Lean beef. You know, from a distance one might think there's fresh snow on the ground. Not so when it's time to lime. Actually, we do get some snow periodically here in Oregon, but not so often in April. This is the perfect time to lime. Did I say that again? Applying lime to the ground before planting ever starts is a common practice in the agricultural business for several reasons. Lime increases the soil pH and also adds calcium and magnesium. These are all important ingredients for a Christmas tree to grow healthy and green. So the lime is mixed in with the existing soil. It just keeps getting better and better. There you go, liming, just another chapter in the evolution of hardy Christmas trees. And the seedlings aren't even in the ground yet. It's a whole lot of work. And now those fields are ready to be turned over again. Let's just have more tractors come on through and do what they call farming. Seems like an appropriate term. This is when the soil is settled down and Holiday Tree Farms wants to make sure it's smooth and ready for the seedlings. And when you look at this country, you can't help but think that people all over America, in every kind of environment and city, are able to take a bright green holiday tree into their home for Christmas. It just reminds you of how fantastic the Christmas tree tradition really is. I just wanted to mention that although the majority of holiday trees are planted by machines, there are still a lot that are planted by hand, the way Hal used to do it. Sometimes to replace little trees that have not done well. And sometimes just to fill in the spaces. If it weren't for Hal Schudel, I wonder how long tree farmers would have kept planting all the trees by hand. Credit where credit is due. It was Hal that came up with planting them by machine. Nowadays, the planting moves pretty smoothly. After the seedlings are 2 years old, they are taken to one of the many fields that are being planted. The seedlings arrive in bags and are opened and prepared for the workers on the planting team. I don't think people in general realize how many times a human hand touches and cares for their tree before it reaches their home. Before long, the planting machine is ready, with a driver and 4 crew members in the back. As the planting machine opens trenches in the ground, the workers place the trees in little mechanical fingers that grasp them and rotate downward, planting each seedling in the ground at the right depth and then covering them over with soil. Another individual follows up and checks everything out as they go along. Then a crew member of the planting team covers every inch of ground again and makes sure that each tree has been properly planted and is secure in the ground.